Some years back, the mafia don, Joseph Bonanno, he was one of the original. A lot of people don't know that the mafiosa, La Cosa Nostra in the United States, got changed from the way it was in Sicily, or what's called the Old Country. A man named Salvatore Maranzano was in school to become a priest. And he was a studier, astute studier of the life and times of Julius Caesar. Well, he became one of the big mobsters in the 20s and 30s. Particularly, he was set up in New York City. And so, but they had to kill Joe the boss, who was Giuseppe Masseria. And Charles Lucky Luciano and them set up Masseria to get killed, which gave Maranzano now the chance to take over the whole thing. And when Maranzano took over, he restructured the mafia like Caesar's house. That's why when you watch The Godfather, you got captains and lieutenants and stuff. They didn't have that before. And then you had the soldiers, and Maranzano wanted to be over the whole thing. And so he set up 5 families because New York was bigger than the other cities. And of those 5 families, Joseph Bonanno was the youngest, Don. So as life went on, Maranzano got killed, and Lucky Luciano and some of the Jews restructured and set the thing up like corporate America. And they set up a commission, so you couldn't kill somebody without going through the commission or something. But anyway, they wanted to stop all the blood flowing on the streets. That's just a brief history. There's a lot more nuances to it. But, you know, suffice it to say that as betrayals begin to set up in these families, Joseph Bonanno staged a kidnapping of himself. And coming out of the courthouse with his lawyer, a car pulls up and they kidnap Joseph Bonanno. And the word gets out that he's dead. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the early years, he brought up this history also, because for about 18 to 19 months, nobody saw Joseph Bonanno. So people rose up in the family and assumed positions. And all of a sudden, one day, Joe Bananas walked back in the room. And I mean, it upset everything. Obviously, they had to take some people out. But in his absence, it manifested the traitors and the weak ones that were in the family. It was a test, because sometimes you can't find out who the real potential traitors are until you disappear. And then once you, as the head of the class, once you disappear, people start manifesting what they really are. I never forget the minister telling us, you think you see, he's telling us about, he's really giving us a lesson on our perception. He said, things are not as they seem. And I never forgot that on a Friday night. And he didn't say it anymore, but he didn't come back and take it back either. So the opposition to revelation and the opposition to the one who receives revelation, that's the man that's got the receipts, as they say. This becomes troubling to a civilization like this. So get this straight. Gossip and slander are not the same thing. But gossip can, according to the definition, can escalate to slander because it has a malicious nature to it. To defame someone, that's a person, a defamer, that's a person who maliciously writes and publishes falsehoods on people. So you have slanderers among the people around Jesus. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, who denied aspects of theological teaching. So much so that, remember, Jesus said to the believers, said, whatever they tell you to do out of the book of Moses, do that. Just don't do as you see them do. They're not an example of Moses. That's a tall order. Come in the house, open the book. Okay, they told me, let me check this out in the book. That means you got to read. When a man tells you all that they said that Moses taught you to do that, then you can't be lazy. You got to pick up a book. Go back in and see, what did Moses say? What's written? And because I got to be able to separate what I see Moses said and compare it to what they're doing. Because Jesus told me, look, I've come to fulfill the law of Moses, and I'm telling you, don't do as you see them do, for if you do as you see them do, he said, you will never enter my Father's kingdom. So they had to really be living foul and opposite of the principles of the kingdom. We need to understand some terms, because in Revelation there's a dragon. Now they got a creature called a Komodo dragon, but all it does is move on the ground. It has a poisonous bite and everything. But the mythical dragon doesn't exist. You can't go to any zoo and find this dragon that exists. And there's a dragon, and it flies high, right? And spews fire out of his mouth. That's a mythical creature, but it's in the book to tell us it's symbolizing something. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad broke this down for us. That's the white man's satellite system. It's flying high, and it spews fire. It spews slander, false reports on people. The fire is to inflame your passions against whatever they put on the screen. Today we hate Gaddafi. Now we hate Saddam Hussein. Now we hate Khomeini. They can put anybody. They'll put your face up there. Go ahead. And they inflame the passions of the people against an object of false report. And what we got to do, if we're going to be with a man who we know they want to put his picture up, we got to first be sharp enough and wise enough to know how they work. Don't repeat what they're saying. Repeat what your God has said, because it's already been predicted how they're going to move. This is spiritual warfare. We're fighting against principalities, government officials, high-ranking officials. But look at this. We're also fighting spiritual wickedness. Come on, somebody. People in the house of God, of whatever religious stripe that you're in, using religion to keep the people in darkness. And you want to defame this man with published reports. And they have done all this already. All right. So I want to read a couple of things and we can go home. Look at this. From the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Sometimes just the simple letters that he wrote over the years served. All the prophets, then he said, worthies of Allah God, are given to us in the Bible and especially in the Holy Quran as examples. All of them. We study the biographies of great men and women, for in their lives there are circumstances, successes, and trials that stimulate motives. Yes, sir. The intentions, it stimulates the intentions and the desires of us along certain lines. We study the lives of the prophets. For we are engaged in an endeavor to raise black people up in America and throughout the world from a state of spiritual and mental death. Yes, sir. Come on. If a person is alive and you're getting them out of a fire and you see that there's still flames and things falling, and you want to get their body from one place to another, you can get up under the person sometime and drag that person at least clear of any further danger and further injury that they already have. But if the person is dead and you get up under there and try to pull that same person, they're a whole lot heavier. Right. So when you're trying to get a dead person, it's heavier than anything that's living. Are you following me now? And if you're trying to raise morally and spiritually dead people, man, that's a heavy lift. Yes, sir, Brother Minister. Yeah. Look what he says. The lives of the prophets, their trials, tribulations, their successes, and failures, their opponents, and their complete reliance on Allah is a prerequisite to motivate us and give us confidence in the eventual success of our mission. So there's a whole lot in that. Just that last part, give us confidence in the eventual success of our mission. That means it's going to look like it ain't going to work. And people are going to start yapping. It look like it's about all gone. Ain't nobody around. The scripture already said it's going to be a great falling away. There's a combination of things that does that. We fight hard to keep as many because that's what God is doing. Don't mean everybody will come. God never came to build a mass movement. He's after critical mass. Go into scripture and look. Some even talk about 144,000, but the 144,000 is not the total of what God is going to get. If God only got 144,000 out of 7 billion people on the planet, that's a win for Satan. Come on now. You just do the math. No. He cubes the nation with 144,000 according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And with that, you got critical mass. You got some firm believers. Firm means, it's like when God is blessing you, he don't give you something. When God blesses you with what you want, he sets up the circumstances to help you bring about what you want in your life. So it's sort of like the Wizard of Oz. You can't pray for courage without God setting up a circumstance to make you face your fear. You want to be more like God, where you seeing and hearing Well, when you're like a Negro, you'll look at an opportunity and only see a problem. Huh? But when you like a God, you look at a problem and only see an opportunity. Same situation, whole different way of thinking. And the same line of thinking that takes you into a problem is not the line of thinking that can get you out of it. You must be at a higher level of awareness to come out of something. But if you keep thinking the same way, you're going to keep getting the same thing. And I, coming out of the house, I've always talked about how sometimes this spider would do something. As I'm walking to the car, I run into the spider web. You can't see it all, but it's trying to eat, And I realized after so many times of wiping away this web, this is not going to change, so I killed the spider. So as black people are trying to pull down the cobwebs of discrimination and exploitation and everything, and every time you think you had a victory, you back into another problem again. Well, the cobweb is not the solution. Killing the spider is. Which for us means getting to the root of the problem. You can't keep calling the president a clown, because pretty soon somebody's going to ask you, if he's a clown, why you keep going to the circus? Huh? Yeah, I mean, eventually you can't whine all your life and think you're going to get sympathy from this world. You're not going to get more attention than you done already got from God. That's if you believe he came himself, took time out to raise a messenger, which is intervening in our affairs. You don't want to work with the intervention, then you go back to the status quo. But the lives of the prophets, that means the prophets had trials, they had tribulation, they had some successes, they had some failures. The lives of the opponents and how the prophets had complete reliance on Allah. We're in a universe set up by the originator of the heavens and the earth. Look how his mind works. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you want to take an action to do good. There's an equal action, which is a reaction to what you want coming against that. And that's where most of us quit in life. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan gave us a study guide about difficulty. Look how the Quran said, difficulty is ordained. You can't run and find an easy time. Most people that look for an easy way in life are in jail, died early, or really living impoverished. And most of us think poverty is a low bank account, or no bank account, or little or no money. But poverty, Jesus said, is a spirit. So if I've been anointed to preach the gospel and preach it to the poor, because John the Baptist wanted to question, are you the one? Or should we be looking for another? He said, you go tell John that the blind see. Tell him that the deaf hear, and that the dumb speak, and that the lame man walks, and the dead are being risen to life. Tell John that the poor now have the gospel preached to them. By those things he will know. That's right. That's the resume. of the Messiah.
That's right.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you preaching the gospel to the poor, how much money did you give them? Poverty is not in a bank.
No, sir.
And the solution is not in a bank. Poverty is a spirit. It's the way you think. That gets you nothing and keeps you with nothing. And then the minister said to us, if you believe that a book has come, that there's no doubt in it. And it just says, if you keep up prayer, spend out of what we have given you, believe in what's been revealed. I mean, they're just certain things. He said, poverty is the absence of doing these things. That's strong. I just read that. I said, well, you don't need a destiny to get rich. You need a rich set of habits. It'll always take you to the place you desire to be. But people got magical thinking. That they make the Negro think magically that it's called rags to riches. The only vehicle that can get you from rag to riches is discipline.
Right. Go ahead. Good teaching. Fact.
Discipline and hard work.
Right.
So, there's an equal opposite reaction to every action that we want to do. That's a cause and effect universe. If you got an effect that you don't like, now that this kind of light is here, you can go back and look at the cause, because that's at the root of what's causing us our individual troubles, our family troubles, our community troubles, and ultimately as a nation and people. Look at this, he says, the lives of the prophets, no, he first says, reliance on Allah is a prerequisite to motivate us and give us confidence in the eventual success of our mission. The lives of the prophets will cause us to see the ups and downs, the ebb and flow of our lives when we are committed to a very consequential mission. This knowledge will not permit us to give up because of a temporary setback. Like the prophets, we will press on, knowing that the bitterness we taste in every setback is temporary and will be removed by the sweetness of the taste of the ultimate victory over our lives to the rise of black people. The truth that Allah revealed to us for our resurrection and the resurrection of the righteous will be established. Study the lives of the prophets, for their histories are given to us as signs of the one who would be raised up from among us, the lost found members of the Nation of Islam in the West, in the fulfillment of time. The mixed feelings and controversy that surrounded the prophets so we understand, it's caused by rulers on the outside and troublemakers on the inside. Mixed feelings and controversies. That means some oppose, some believe, some are casual toward it, some more zealous, but it's all mixed up now. And you got to ask yourself, well, in Allah, how do we get it separated? Persecution. The minister said, see, when people start writing articles on you in the newspaper, start saying things about you, start trying to set up laws that make it more difficult for you, trouble on the inside, hindering people from Allah's way, and all of this, we have to expect all of this now. And the minister said, the persecution is allowed by Allah because persecution is designed to manifest our weaknesses. God always is going to get something out of it. So even in trouble, he's directing us toward lessons that we could learn. So the controversy that surrounded the prophets surrounds the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And their complete trust in Allah in the face of overwhelming opposition, the tenderness of heart that they felt for their people are but signs to us of the demonstrated commitment of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said of himself, I am a fulfiller. He's not a carbon copy of any prophet. He's not a carbon copy of a messenger. He comes as the quintessence of their collective experience. Study the life of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad carefully, for his is the path that we have chosen to follow. May Allah continue to bless us with deeper and deeper insight into these lessons and a stronger, ever determined will to succeed. So here we see the value of our study of the prophet's life. Every nation, the Holy Quran teaches us, purpose against his messenger. So nobody was the recipient of revelation without having troublemakers. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad describes a history of running for 7 years. Was he running from the FBI, the Detroit Police Department, the Chicago Police Department, and that he was running from people not only right in the mosque, but from the ministry class. The people who vowed to kill him. That claim didn't come from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That came from people right in the house. That's right. So without management of our own growth, without management of our own perceptions and how we see people and things, because none of us are working with all the facts. I mean, you see the wonderful way that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan deals with situations is never the outcome somebody thought it would be. Why? Because he's dealing with all the facts. And most times people don't have them all when they come to their conclusions. And so when it comes to how you defame somebody and your purpose for it, if you purpose against your messenger, we found in the book Fall of the Christian West by Patrick Buchanan. He said, anytime you dishonor and disgrace leaders, you demoralize their people. Anytime, if you disgrace leadership, the people get demoralized. Yes, sir. I'm fanatic that as long as I'm in this, our flag at headquarters got to stand high. That's right. Huh? Yes, sir. That nothing here means nothing. Ain't no such thing as a Philly thing. No, it's a nation thing. Yes, sir. And if you got a headquarters and it's not standing strong, ultimately the troops everywhere will get demoralized. You can't say that's just another mosque. You can't say that's just another city. If that's your headquarters, the minister used to tell us sometime, people would say, what are you all doing in this city? What are you building here? He said we would always point them to headquarters. Why? Because what you see at headquarters is state of the art. And you know how we did that? We united as black people all over America. We demonstrated to black people what you look like when you unify and don't break up and try to exalt your little place and your tribe for a nation effort. Well, he wants a gold dome on it. He said nothing is too good for God. Yes, brother minister, let's put the gold up there. How much is it? Why? Because when you can go to your headquarters and it's state of the art in the country, it's only a sign of where you would be. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad purchased that house next door to him and never lived in it, never went in it, had it raised to the ground and built the palace and built the others along there, he wanted that to be a standard for how every follower should live. When we stay with this and come through this, he didn't want that to be an exception. He wanted it to be a standard. And we should have that kind of standard in our head. You can't sit around and not want nothing and expect to get something. You have to want something better. We just say we don't want something better at the expense of the mission. We can get it out of the mission when we're united. The scriptures also teach that at the end of time, this world to continue in power, God and the inhabitants or the nations of the earth, all of them will be involved not only in controversy, but the mother of controversies. It's written that the controversy will end in the mother of all wars, the Armageddon. Minister Farrakhan, look how he makes it clear in the press conference. The most awful of all wars may be averted, but how does America and the media report what is said, and more importantly, why? After, or are we living in the end of this world? Yes or no? See? What are the views of most reputable Jewish, Christian, and Muslim scholars on this subject? You know, is the time of the end of this world? Are we at it? And what is the view on the matter according to the understanding of the scriptures, which all of them proclaim to the world as divine? You see, everybody is trying to solve their problem through politics. Only the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the solution to our problem is divine. You won't find it in the Democratic Party. You won't find it in the Republican Party. No one is telling you not to engage them, but to latch your hopes and your truest aspirations on some politics. The politics of the present age is corrupt. So it's not divine. That's right. So what's their view on this matter according to their understanding of the scriptures, if they proclaim this divine? Is this the day of judgment according to their understanding of God, their understanding of his prophets, about the time when God himself is to take the reins of sole rulership of the heavens and the earth? Is this the time when God is to establish his kingdom and rule throughout every part of the earth? Is it not true that the views of the scholars were formed on a large part on the basis of views of other learned persons about the scriptures? Is it not true that Satan has been in power for thousands of years on this planet? Is it not true that Satan is still in power? Right. Is it not also true that the views that these learned persons, whom the scholars draw much of their learning from, were formed during the darkness of the rule of Satan? So they weren't in the light when they made these predictions. have these scholars overcome the effect of the darkness of a satanic rule. The aim, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, of this world. You got to keep that in mind. No matter how small something is, if there's a trail or a trace of opposition to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the aim of this world is to kill the messenger.
Right. Right.
Why? We read where the aim of this world was rule and dominion. That's the idea. Now the idea is to kill the messenger, because the Messiah ends their rule. He mastered the prophets, Satan did. He's able to use the prophets and give us, it's like giving us pills that their effectiveness has long passed. Medicine has expiration dates on it. No sense taking it beyond this. You need a refill. And a refill only medicates the situation, but when God comes, he brings the cure. A cure means you won't need medication again. There's no seal of the prophets until you are brought and I am given an understanding that makes a teacher coming to teach us again non-existent. If we're in the time of the Messiah, it's no sense in the Messiah coming if the Messiah got to come and work among you and you still waiting on a prophet.
Right. Come on, good example.
Either he's the Messiah or he's not. And he gives you knowledge in a way that you never need another leader to come for you. The minister told us, when I'm finished with you, your leadership will be right up in your brain. Huh? In words he said that. Yeah. You're not supposed to be looking